Darling, no one respects a woman who puts her career before family, Eleanor said, adjusting her knockoff Hermès scarf. The real ones were still out of her price range, despite her recent marriage to a regional sales director. I glanced around my corner office at Augustine Luxury Group, where I'd just finished a conference call about our Asian market expansion. Is there a reason you're in my office at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, Eleanor? Can a mother be concerned about her daughter-in-law's choices? She perched on my visitor's chair, eyeing the genuine Hermès bag under my desk with poorly concealed envy. I wasn't aware my career success required your concern, I replied, scanning quarterly reports on my tablet. Department store numbers were down again. No surprise in the digital age. It's just that Charles's children need a maternal figure, she pressed, since their mother is unavailable. Unavailable was Eleanor's polite term for building a successful art gallery in Paris. Heaven forbid a woman choose career over Eleanor's approved life script. They have a mother, I reminded her, and two very qualified nannies, plus their father, your new husband, who seems perfectly capable. But they need family, Eleanor insisted. Real family, not hired help. My phone buzzed with a message from the board. The CEO announcement would be coming sooner than expected. Eleanor had no idea she was sitting in the future chief executive's office. I am family, I said carefully, one who's about to. I caught myself before revealing the promotion, one who's very committed to both career and family obligations. Committed? Eleanor laughed her social climbing laugh. Darling, you're never home. Those poor children barely know their stepsister-in-law, I corrected absently, noting another alert from the board. And they see me at family dinners. I'm not traveling for work. Family dinners aren't enough. Little Madison is struggling in math, the twins need activities coordinated, and don't get me started on teenage Thomas's attitude. Through my office windows, I could see the department heads gathering for the morning meeting, the meeting where my promotion would be announced. Have you considered, I said carefully, that I might be able to help the children more through my career than by being their unpaid nanny? Eleanor waved dismissively. What could be more important than hands-on family care? Your little retail job. Vice President of Global Operations, I corrected, though not for much longer. Yes, very impressive title, she patronized. But Charles agrees the children need stability, a proper female influence. My phone buzzed again. The board was ready. Speaking of Charles, I gathered my papers. How is the Herald Square store performing under his management? Oh, splendidly, Eleanor brightened. He's expecting a promotion any day now. Regional VP, most likely. Then we can finally afford a proper summer home. I bit back a smile. The Herald Square numbers were abysmal, and Charles was more likely to be demoted than promoted. Unless. Eleanor. I stood smoothing my actual Armani suit. I have a meeting to attend. But let's continue this discussion about proper female influences soon. You'll think about what I said. She perked up. About helping with the children. Oh, I'll definitely be thinking about proper roles and responsibilities, I assured her, heading for the boardroom. In fact, I'll probably be reviewing them quite thoroughly. Wonderful. She grabbed her knockoff bag. I'll tell Charles you're finally seeing reason. Actually, I paused at my office door. Why don't you join the all-hands meeting, since you're here anyway? Eleanor preened, probably imagining herself as the mother-in-law of a senior executive. Well, I suppose I could delay my lunch plans, if she only knew. The boardroom was packed when we arrived, department heads and senior managers filling every seat. Charles sat near the middle, confident as ever despite his store's poor performance. Darling, he waved to Eleanor. Come sit by me. They're announcing the new CEO. Eleanor hurried over, already planning how to leverage her husband's imagined connection to the new chief executive. I moved to the front of the room as the board chairman stood. Ladies and gentlemen, he began, after an extensive search, we've chosen our new CEO. Someone who understands both luxury retail's traditions and its digital future. Eleanor was already whispering to Charles, probably plotting their summer home purchase. Someone who's led our global expansion while maintaining our core values, the chairman continued. Someone who's proven that innovation and heritage can coexist. I watched Eleanor's face, waiting for the moment. Please welcome your new Chief Executive Officer, the chairman gestured to me, Sarah Chen Williams. The blood drained from Eleanor's face as I stepped to the podium. Charles's confident smile froze. Sometimes karma comes with a corner office. This must be a mistake. Eleanor cornered me after the announcement, her knockoff scarf askew. You can't possibly be CEO. I smiled pleasantly, watching Charles hover anxiously nearby. The board voted unanimously. But the children, she sputtered. The family obligations we discussed will be addressed, I assured her, checking my calendar. In fact, let's schedule your department's performance review for tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. sharp. Eleanor blanched. As a mid-level customer service manager, she'd never had direct contact with the CEO before. Now her daughter-in-law held that position. Sarah, darling, Charles stepped forward, all forced joviality. Congratulations. I was just telling the Herald Square team about our family connection. Interesting. I cut him off smoothly, because I was just reviewing Herald Square's numbers. We should discuss those. Also at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Through the boardroom windows, I could see department heads already lining up to schedule meetings. The luxury retail landscape was changing, and Augustine needed to change with it. Now see here. Eleanor found her voice. You can't let corporate politics affect family. Exactly, I agreed. Which is why tomorrow's reviews will be strictly professional. Your customer service metrics and Charles's store performance will be evaluated on merit alone. My assistant appeared with the afternoon's schedule. The press conference is in an hour. Women's Wear Daily wants an exclusive. Perfect timing, I smiled at Eleanor. You can see how a proper female influence handles corporate leadership. Eleanor's face fluctuated between outrage and calculation. Surely as family, we can discuss this privately. We are discussing it privately. I gestured to my new executive suite. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. I'll have HR sit in to keep everything proper. Charles was already tugging at his collar. About Herald Square's numbers are down 22% year over year, I finished, while our online sales have grown 45%. Interesting contrast, wouldn't you say? My phone buzzed with congratulatory messages from other luxury retailers. The first female CEO in Augustine's 100-year history was big news. The children still need, Eleanor tried again. Educational support? I pulled up a document, which is why I'm implementing a corporate scholarship program. STEM focus, available to all employees' families, including step families. Eleanor's mouth opened and closed silently. This wasn't the leverage she'd expected. The digital transformation team is ready, my assistant reminded me. They're eager to present their omnichannel strategy. Excellent, I gathered my papers. Charles, you might want to sit in, since Herald Square's online integration is lacking. Charles paled further. His resistance to digital initiatives was well known and well documented in his performance reports. This is about revenge, Eleanor hissed, because we suggested you focus on family. This is about business, I corrected. The board chose me because I understand modern luxury retail, something tomorrow's reviews will make very clear. Through the glass walls, I could see teams already setting up new systems. The digital transformation wouldn't wait for Eleanor's outdated views. The children's tutoring program starts next week, I added, checking another document. Since you're so concerned about Madison's math scores, we're partnering with top STEM educators. That's actually quite helpful, Charles admitted, earning a glare from Eleanor. Success and family support aren't mutually exclusive, I said mildly, despite what some people believe. My phone buzzed again. The stock was up 12% on the CEO announcement. The market approved of progressive leadership. Tomorrow morning, I reminded them. 9 a.m. Don't be late, it would look bad on your performance reviews. Eleanor clutched her knockoff bag like a shield. You wouldn't really evaluate department heads based on merit? I finished. That's exactly what a proper CEO does, family or not. As they left my office, I heard Eleanor hiss to Charles, do something. She's your sister-in-law. And now she's my boss, he replied grimly. Maybe we should have supported her career instead of criticizing it. Sometimes the best response to proper female influence is simply becoming the influence yourself. 1 year later, I reviewed the annual reports from my CEO office, a photo of Charles's kids on my desk, not as charges needing supervision, but as proud graduates of our first corporate STEM program. Madison's math scores are top of her class, my assistant mentioned, bringing the morning briefing. The coding workshops really helped. And Eleanor? I asked, though I already knew the answer. Still heading customer service at the Phoenix branch, she smiled. After the reassignment. The reassignment had come after Eleanor's disastrous performance review. Instead of managing complaints at our flagship store, she now handled returns in Arizona. A lateral move, technically, just to a much smaller pond. Charles is actually excelling at digital integration, I noted, checking the Herald Square numbers. Amazing what proper motivation can do. After nearly losing his position, he'd embraced our online strategy. Herald Square's numbers were up 35% year over year, leading our brick-and-mortar transformation. The twins joined the tech internship program, my assistant added. They're developing an app for virtual try-ons. Through my office windows, I could see our innovation lab where Thomas, no longer the troubled teen, was leading a team of young developers. Eleanor's proper female influence hadn't been what the children needed. Opportunities were. Eleanor's latest email about moving back to New York? I asked. Deleted, my assistant confirmed, along with her suggestions for family-friendly corporate policies. Those policies already existed, implemented my way. Childcare support, educational programs, flexible schedules. Real support, not just Eleanor's version of maternal obligation. The board loved the key 4 results. I touched the latest report. Our digital-first strategy is becoming an industry model. We transformed Augustine from a traditional retailer into a modern luxury platform. Eleanor's precious social status now came from being related to the CEO, not from managing customer complaints. The Children's Foundation is launching next month, my assistant reminded me. Eleanor wants to be on the board. Funny, I smiled, remembering her dismissal of my little retail job. Tell her the board positions are merit-based. She's welcome to submit her qualifications. The foundation would support STEM education for underprivileged youth. Not quite the proper female influence Eleanor had envisioned, but far more impactful. Charles asked about expanding the digital integration. I noted. Seems he's finally embraced the future. Unlike his wife, my assistant muttered. Eleanor's still telling everyone she's responsible for your success. That her motherly guidance inspired you. I laughed, remembering her demands that I quit to babysit. Let her. Success is the best response to criticism. My phone buzzed with another industry award nomination. First female CEO, highest digital growth, most innovative luxury retailer. Not bad for someone who was supposed to be coordinating children's activities. The kids want to showcase their projects at the shareholders meeting, my assistant mentioned, rather than attend Eleanor's country club luncheon. They'd found their own paths, far from their grandmother's social engineering. Madison was already talking about business school, inspired by more than proper female influence. Sometimes the best family support isn't what others demand, I observed, watching the Innovation Lab buzz with activity. It's creating opportunities for growth. Eleanor had wanted me to give up everything to focus on family. Instead, I built something that benefited everyone, including the children she claimed to care about so much. The new digital flagship launches next quarter, my assistant reminded me. Eleanor's Phoenix branch will be last in the rollout schedule. A small reminder of who really held the power now. Not through social status or family manipulation, but through actual leadership and results. Family first, I murmured, giving Eleanor's words new meaning. Just not the way she planned. Through the glass walls, I could see the future we'd built, not through sacrifice and submission, but through innovation and empowerment. The children were thriving, the company was soaring, and Eleanor. Well, Eleanor was learning that sometimes the best way to support family is to ignore those who claim to define it. Success, after all, speaks louder than social expectations.